AI is changing everything right now, including the way we work in HR. But before you panic, let's talk about what's actually happening and what you can do to protect yourself in your role. In this video, I'll break down how AI is impacting HR roles, what roles are most at risk, and what skills can keep you most valuable in the future of work. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that notification bell and the subscribe button to make sure you don't miss any future videos about ways to elevate your HR career on purpose and with purpose. This is the work that I do to make sure you are equipped and skilled enough to make sure you're making the most of your current role. As an HR executive and HR leadership coach, I talk to HR professionals every single day who are navigating the shift, myself included, and this is what I tell them. It's healthy to have a certain level of concern around this because, again, if you know that there's a potential threat for your job, then hopefully that tells you to do something differently. One of my favorite quotes is that what got you here won't get you there. So in AI and HR, the same thing applies. We need to make sure that we're continuously learning, we're continuously evolving so that we can be pushed out because of a new technology, whether it's AI agents or any other technology. The conversations and the headlines around layoffs and AI automation reducing headcount, specifically in HR departments, is concerning and it should be alarming. And it kind of feels a bit personal because, again, it's involving our livelihoods. We want to make sure we're in the category of HR professionals that will not be so easily replaced. Take IBM, for example. They recently started to integrate AI agents to automate tasks handled by hundreds of HR professionals and reduce them and replace them as well. So when we're talking about AI replacing HR, there are only certain parts of the job that AI can really replace. Right now, AI is impacting task-based functions. So think data entry, basic recruitment screenings, payroll processing. So what does that mean for you? If all you're doing right now is a role where it's task-based, data entry, something that a machine can easily do, there's not much skill tied to it, there's not much thought tied to it, there's not much nuance involved in it, then that's probably a role that's more at risk. But if your role is one that's going to rely on you to have common knowledge of prior precedents in your company, understanding the implications of certain decisions that are going to be made, very nuanced decision making as well, that's a role that's going to be more protected. Think about it this way: the role of HR is not being eliminated, it's being elevated. I talk about this all the time when I coach HR professionals and teach HR professionals. We need to make space in our roles for us to be more strategic. And we've been talking as an industry, as a profession for years about ways to be more strategic. This is really your opportunity. If you've got tools in place to automate the things that you've always had to have a hand on or a finger on to get things done, this is your space to use technologies to your benefit to get more done in less time, to work smarter and not harder, so that you have the freedom, the free time to think more strategically, think more forward thinking, and be more proactive and not so reactive. Automation will replace repetitive work, but strategic, people-centered HR, that still needs a human leader. Let's talk about what AI can do and can't do in HR. There are many things that AI can do. So resume screening, chatbot support, workforce analytics, just really things that are more database and task focused. But even with those things, it's data in, data out. It's not giving you true analysis of the work. It's not giving you true analysis of the information. Again, it's going to take a human eye and a human mind to really walk through what does this mean for your company and what can this mean moving forward. Here's what AI cannot do right now. It can't build trust with your employees. It can't drive culture. It can't make sure you're preparing your leadership team for taking on a new challenge. It can't help you influence executive strategy. Sure, it can give you ideas, but the implementation is going to be all yours. So again, this is your opportunity to utilize tools, utilize things like this to make sure you are being able to add to your toolkit and not looking at it as a threat that you're going to ignore completely. These things that AI cannot do right now, these technical skills and these leadership skills, these relationship skills, are the skills that I teach as I coach my clients. Again, these are no longer nice to have skills. These are must have skills if you want to make sure you are maintaining your job moving forward and not being replaced by a robot. This is truly the work that's going to separate HR leaders from HR admins. I've heard it said before, AI is not going to take your job, but someone using AI might take your job. So again, make sure you're utilizing these tools, utilizing these things to add to your toolkit to make you more marketable, to make you more successful, to give you a more breadth of knowledge and help you have a bigger bandwidth to get things done. I'm curious, what part of your job can you not wait for AI to take off your hands that can free you up to do more and work more strategically? Comment that down below and let me know. In your HR role, this is how you stay relevant. First, stop operating only in execution mode. Start thinking like a strategic partner. I believe the best way to get that buy-in for yourself, that ownership for yourself, for your department, is to take on the mindset of an entrepreneur. Not entrepreneur, E-N-T, but entrepreneur, I-N-T, where you are taking ownership of your department as if it was your business inside of the business. You are taking ownership of the calls that you made, the decisions to make, the direction to go into, what to say yes to, what to say no to, and you're taking it to your senior leaders and giving them your perspective, your recommendations. You're not asking for advice, you're telling them what you think the recommendation should be. This mindset shift will help you to be more strategic, help you to be more proactive and not reactive, because you're coming to each situation not as a challenge or an obstacle, but an opportunity. Next, you want to build your digital confidence. You don't need to know how to code. There are tools out here that can do almost anything you want it to. You just need to know what's available for you. If there's a need for you to have more efficiency in your recruiting process, in your performance management process, in your employee engagement process, identify where those areas are and figure out what tools can help you. Again, you don't want to keep your head in the sand and ignore technology and think these things are going to pass you by. Again, AI is not going to take your job, but someone using AI just might. So find ways to fill in those gaps for yourself. Utilize systems and tools to work in your benefit, to the company's benefit, and ultimately for your career's benefit as well. And lean into your human advantage. Communication, conflict resolution, and culture shaping are human-led functions. These are highly, highly valuable skills. You do not want to waste the opportunities to use these skills to your benefit. Again, AI cannot help you do those things. It can give you insights, it can give you ideas, but implementation is on you. So use this time as you've got the new capacity, new bandwidth, with tools taking the load off, the administrative burden off of your plate. Use this time to lean into these highly, highly functional skills. It's going to help you to build that relationship in your company and also help you to build that credibility at the same time. Ultimately, if you take nothing else from this video, remember, AI is not replacing jobs. AI is replacing tasks. AI is getting tasks done. So again, if your value to your company is only the tasks you can complete, break out of that and find ways to build the skills, build the technical skills, build the leadership skills, build the relationship skills that are necessary to be valued in the future of work. As these tasks are replaced, it creates that space for you to work more strategically if you are ready, and only if you're ready. If you're ready to shift your work from being reactive to strategic and become an HR leader that AI cannot replace, this is the work that I do with my clients. Comment down below with "Give me the guide," and I'll send you a link to a guide I create with the 10 steps to lead with impact for ambitious HR leaders without sacrificing your values in the process. This guide is a step-by-step plan to take you from being overworked to strategically positioned for visibility and growth. While AI is the new shiny object, the new toy on the street, there are some things that never change. Watch this video next to learn my top tips that I wish someone would have told me when I started my career back in 2008. And I can't wait to hear what you say. See you there.